find a niche to proliferate. Nanorobots could be swallowed in a capsule. They fix everything from the dying nerve cell to the elusive tumor. Sounds great, doesn't it? The aim of nanoscientists is to virtually imitate nature. They're trying to construct objects out of their most basic components, atom by atom, the way nature does. And this is known as the bottom-up approach. The crude concept of nanotechnology was first proposed by the American physicist Richard Feynman. He talked about using larger machines to build smaller ones, and using these smaller machines building even tinier ones till the desired scale was achieved. And this is known as the top-down approach. In the year 2003, a good 9 years back from today, 18,347 patents related to nanotechnology were issued. This on the screen now is the world's tiniest guitar, measuring 10 microns in size, created using nanotechnology. And yes, you can actually play it. This is how a future nanotechnology-made molecular machine might look.
Nanotechnology has a wide range of applications in a variety of fields. Now let's discuss its applications in medical sciences, which we have classified as therapeutic and diagnostic. Let's start with the therapeutic applications. Firstly, cancer. Paclitaxel is an effective anti-cancer drug, but being water insoluble, it causes serious hypersensitivity reactions. Solvent Chromophore was used to solubilize it, but Chromophore itself had adverse effects. Subsequently, nanoparticles of paclitaxel bound to albumin were discovered as the solution. Now, as you can see in the video, the vasculature of tumor cells is leaky. Hence, albumin leaks out and enters the tumor interstitium. Another mechanism of albumin entry is by binding of albumin to the GP60 receptors on the endothelium, which leads to the formation of vesicles containing albumin, and these vesicles are transported into the tumor. And nanotechnology capitalizes on this pathophysiology. The nanoparticles of paclitaxel, which are bound to albumin, enter the tumor interstitium along with albumin by these two mechanisms, and here they exert their anti-mitotic action. Thus, solubilization of albumin and their site-specific delivery were achieved. Another approach is the photodynamic therapy. In this, a solution of metal nanoparticles is injected into the tumor. We'll soon see the video. And what happens is, the body, when it is exposed to the infrared or radio waves, the metal nanoparticles take up this energy, get heated up, they heat the tumor. Also, they produce oxygen-free radicals, which leads to the destruction of the tumor. Nanotechnology also has a significant role in antimicrobial therapy. Microbivores are nano-sized synthetic phagocytes. They work in a fashion similar to the biological phagocytes. That is, they identify and internalize the organism, they cause mechanical and chemical digestion of it, and finally they release the harmless exhaust. Biofilm formation is a major trouble with the use of catheters and prosthetics. What is done is, the instruments are coated with silver nanoparticles, and this coating causes release of the silver nanoparticles or silver ions, which have a broad spectrum antimicrobial action and thereby prevent biofilm formation.
Good evening. In normal human cells,